Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Welcome to your December 2025 predictive reading. I'm Jen with Timeline Tarot. Taurus, I want to thank you for being a Time Traveler member. It means a lot to me. But I do want to let you know that this one video, several days from now, I will be making it public. And the reason for that is through meditation. I thought it was really unfair to give all of the subscribers their monthly prediction readings for 11 months of the year, and then in December to not give them at least that final month. And so you will see it first as a Time Traveler member, but then everyone else will be able to see it in about 2 days. After that, beginning January 2025, this will be an exclusive reading just for Time Traveler members. And again, I want to thank you for being part of that. So keep in mind, Taurus, this is a collective general reading. It is not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate. And if that happens, don't get upset. Just means that one message is meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, and leave what doesn't. Make sure you check out your other placements. With all of that said, now, Taurus, let's begin. Tapping into the Taurus collective now, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Taurus need to know about December 2025? What do they need to know? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. In the heart of your spread, Taurus, you have the Eight of Cups. In the top row, you have the Six of Pentacles, you have the Hanged Man, and you have the Five of Swords. Flanking your Eight of Cups is the Fool and the Five of Cups. In the bottom row, you have the Three of Pentacles, you have Judgment, and you have the Seven of Cups. Sneak peek now into January. Seven of Swords, Nine of Wands, and the Devil. And that leaves the Two of Swords, the Empress, and the Three of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. All right. Let's clarify these cards now using the After Tarot deck. Images in this deck are a little bit different, and that alters the meaning of the cards themselves. So we'll go through them as needed for your reading. But right now, I just want to clarify these. I feel like you're emotionally disengaging from a situation, environment, or connection in December. I'm not quite sure if you're fully exiting it, but you seem to have definitively decided to emotionally disengage from whomever or whatever this is. So let's clarify this here for Taurus. We're clarifying Six of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, Five of Swords, the Fool, Eight of Cups, Five of Cups, Three of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Seven of Cups. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Six of Pentacles is being clarified by the Page of Swords. The Hanged Man is clarified by the King of Swords. The Five of Swords is clarified by the Two of Pentacles. The Fool is clarified by the Star. The Eight of Cups is clarified by the Ace of Wands. The Five of Cups is clarified by the Chariot. The Three of Pentacles is clarified by the Hermit. Judgment is clarified by the Nine of Wands. And the Seven of Cups is clarified by the Three of Cups. Sneak peek now into January. Five of Cups, Six of Swords, Six of Wands. And then we have an Ace of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Tower at the bottom of the deck. Well, Taurus, to be quite honest with you, it looks like the month of December for you, you are going back and forth within yourself, trying to decide whether or not you want to officially walk away from a situation, environment, or connection. I think you have emotionally disengaged from it, and I think that happened quite some time ago for most of you. But you're wondering if you should physically exit, like physically cut off whomever or whatever this is. Emotionally, you're no longer there. Physically is something else. You are still energetically tied to whomever this is. There's still some contact or communication between you and this individual. And I see you going back and forth about whether or not you want to continue that conversation or communication, or if you just want to cut it off for good. So in the heart of your spread, this is your overall energy here for the month of December. The Eight of Cups and the Ace of Wands. Again, the Eight of Cups is making the decision. I think it's a final decision because I have Judgment here in your energy as well. So I think it's the final judgment call within to say, I'm going to emotionally now detach from this person, place, or thing. And I'm excited about something new here that is on my path. But I kind of feel like you're still existing with that, whatever it is that you're walking away from. So let's say it's this is a connection-based reading. You decided I'm no longer emotionally invested in this individual, and I'm looking forward to my new life, right? My new adventure here without them, but I'm still in communication with them. I haven't officially cut them off yet, right? They're not blocked. I haven't stopped communicating with them. That seems to be what's happening here. There's an emotional disconnection from a connection here in your life, but you're still in contact with it. So that first row is really interesting. You have the Six of Pentacles and you have the Page of Swords. This is what I'm talking about. No longer emotionally invested in whomever this is, but every now and then there is communication between you and this entity. You're still giving some pentacle resources. You're not giving a lot. You're not giving the Ten of Pentacles. Some days you give two, some days you give one, some days you give three. Because I feel like you're the merchant here, right? You, like all of us, are in possession of all of your pentacles. And we get to decide individually who we're going to invest that pentacle energy into. And I think at one time you invested all of your pentacle resources, or the majority of them, in whomever this individual is. But in December, it looks like you're, well, I'll give a little here and I'll give a little there. I'll talk every now and then with that Page of Swords, but this isn't like fully engaging with whomever this is. So I don't know who this is, Taurus. Let's just use partnerships as an example. Maybe you've decided to emotionally disconnect from your partner, but you still need to communicate with them. The relationship isn't fully concluded. Or even if you have amicably decided to go your separate ways, maybe there's children in the mix. And so there would still need to be ongoing communication in regards to the children. There's something like that happening here. Or I'm speaking to a Taurus where you've decided, you know what, I'm no longer emotionally invested in my job, but I still have to go to work every day. I still have to give them a little bit. I still have to communicate with people there, even though I'm very enthusiastic and excited about finding a new job or landing a new job. So whatever this is for you, you are emotionally disconnected from it. You are excited about the new, but there's still some type of communication between you and the entity you have emotionally disconnected from. The Hangman to the King of Swords. I don't think this was an easy decision for you. And I think that's why it's still plaguing you here. This is, do I want to continue communicating with this entity? And for how much longer after the connection is fully severed would I want to continue communication? So I see you a bit suspended here, contemplating, when do I officially cut this off? Five of Swords to the Two of Pentacles. I don't think that this is open for discussion. This is not you sitting at the table with this entity and saying, you know what, I'm no longer emotionally invested in you. So now let's come up with the date and time that we'll no longer be talking to one another. That doesn't seem to be what's happening here. This is internal to you. It's not open for discussion. It's not open for negotiation. You're trying to finally, very finally, you're walking this fine line, trying to balance exiting this while still having to engage with whomever this is. And you're taking your time doing this. Flanking the Eight of Cups to the Ace of Wands is the Fool to the Star. This is the new beginning that you are clearly seeing. It's more than just a light at the end of the tunnel. This is in full view for you. But again, there's something here about, let's say I'm speaking to a Taurus where you've landed the new job, but you still, for some time, maybe you're contractually obligated, or maybe you're waiting out that period of giving them your 1, 2, 3 week notice. You know, it's like, I still have to go to work and talk to people, but boy, I already have the new. The new is already on path for you. You can already see it. Like, you already see the new job, you see the new life, you see the new project, whatever this is for you. It's not just a light at the end of the tunnel. It's in your hands with that Ace of Wands. Like, I don't know. I feel like the new is right there for you. You have the Five of Cups to the Chariot, and it's like, yeah, I know that I'm moving on from whomever or whatever this is with some remorse and with some regret, but I made the judgment call to move on from it. There's a lot of, I just don't know when to do it kind of feeling here. You have the Three of Pentacles and the Hermit, and this is what I'm talking about. I'm going to continue to collaborate with whomever or whatever this is, but I have decided I'm no longer emotionally invested in them. And then you have Judgment to the Nine of Wands. And I feel like this is the judgment call here that you're making. You're wounded, you're weary, and this is not a cycle that you want to repeat again. I don't think there's any changing your mind here of, oh, you know what? Yeah, I think I want to still be with this person. Or, oh, I have a new job opportunity. Yeah, scrap that. I think I'm just going to stay at the current job. I don't see you doing that. In the month of December, this seems to just be I have finally decided to leave blank behind, but for some reason or another, I'm still communicating with blank. Seven of Cups to the Three of Cups. There's a little part of you that is still hoping by the end of the month that whomever this entity is, that they'll make it better, that things can be restored. There's a little hope here that's left, even though you're closed off to it. Emotionally, you're closed off to whatever this is. Energetically, there's a little spark of hope of, you know what, if I give them my, let's say this is work, and you're like, I've landed this new job, right? Now I'm emotionally detached from my current place of employment. I'm going to ride out the 1, 2, 3 weeks, whatever notice it is that I've given them. There's still a little part of you, even though you're excited about like starting the new job, let's say January, there's still a part of you that's like, I'm hoping every day, as I have that countdown to my last day at this work, I'm still hoping that they could come in and maybe make it right. Say, you know what, Taurus, we've thought about it. We really don't want to lose you. Here's a new position. Or there's still a little hope here of like, maybe they'll come through. Maybe as I start edging ever closer to that Ace of Wands, the Star, the Fool, and they know I'm exiting, maybe they'll actually come through and give me whatever it is that I want or need in order to stay in this. I don't think you really want to leave behind whomever or whatever this is. Although the new looks very appealing to you, there is some kind of nostalgic feeling with whatever it is that you're leaving behind. So it could be like you really love your job, you love what you do, and you love your coworkers, but you hate your boss. It could be something like that. And it's like, yeah, I'm really excited to like work for someone who I won't hate or dislike, but I'm really going to miss my coworkers. And part of me is kind of hoping that that boss that I hate comes through and does the right thing, because I would really hate to leave these people behind. That's the feeling that I have, that I'm getting here. When we look into January, you start second guessing yourself. You're wondering, maybe I should stay in this toxic situation, environment, or connection. Maybe I need to return to it. Maybe I'm making the wrong decision. Maybe that's the feeling. Like once you get into Capricorn season here, you seem to start second guessing yourself. Oh boy, did I make the right decision back there when I emotionally disengaged, when I gave them my notice? Again, it's almost like maybe I didn't make the right decision after all. Two of Swords, the Empress, and the Three of Swords, and then we go right back here to that Page of Swords. So there's just a feeling of, you know what, maybe I want to tell them that I want to stay after all, or I want to return. There's something like that here for you, Taurus. In January, we have the Five of Cups, we have the Six of Swords, and we have the Six of Wands. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we go right back to that Six of Pentacles. So there's part of you that's like, you're moving on towards the new, or I should say you're excited about the new, but there's a part of you that's longing for the past. And the part of you that's longing for the past is hoping that the past will come back around and make it right, so you don't fully have to disengage from it. Let's close this out with some oracle cards, some kippers, and then we'll give you your I Ching. I feel a lot of emotion as I'm going through this reading here for you. It's like I'm leaving this behind and I'm going towards the new, but I can't fully leave this behind just yet. I have to continue communicating with it. I'm really sad that I'm leaving it behind, but I'm looking forward to the new. Oh God, as I ever get closer to the new, I'm really hoping that they come back around and make it right. That's the feeling I have here. So it's a lot of highs and lows emotionally for you. When it comes to this one thing, I don't think your entire month will be like that with everything in your life, but when it comes to this one particular connection here, that seems to be what's at play. It's this, I know I have to move on from this. I got to put up with it for now, or I have to continue communicating with it for now. But man, I'm hoping that they come around and they make it right before I fully exit. And then, like I said, in January, it's a little bit like, am I really doing the right thing by officially closing this out? Let's get you an oracle card here. Actually, you know what, Taurus? I don't want to leave you like that with your reading. Let's see what this is all about. Can we clarify that Eight of Cups? Clarify the Eight of Cups here for Taurus. What is it that they have emotionally or will be emotionally disengaging from in December? Who or what is that for Taurus? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Eight of Cups is clarified by the Emperor, the Three of Wands, and Temperance. Bottom of the deck, we have 10 of Cups. It's something that at some point in time brought you joy and happiness. 10 Cups, Knight of Pentacles, the Strength card, the Two of Cups. Yeah, it's definitely a partnership, whether that's professional, platonic, romantic, I don't know. At some point in time, it made you happy, and then it like you went a long stretch of time waiting for the happiness to be restored. And I feel like you're leaving behind whomever this Emperor is. Doesn't have to be a masculine energy, but that appears to be. But again, look, it's the waiting. You're like waiting to move on. So again, I don't feel a full physical disconnection. There's still an energetic link here. There's still communication, but you're no longer emotionally invested, whomever that is. And the Emperor could be a parental figure. It could be a spouse. It could be a partner, someone who's pretty significant in your life. It could even be a boss. Tell me about that Ace of Wands. So yeah, I had a feeling it was a connection-based reading. But again, what that connection is different for all of you. Tell me about that Ace of Wands there for Taurus. One more shuffle. Thank you. So that shiny new object that kind of has caught your eye. Wheel of Fortune, Four of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Two of Cups, a new partnership. A new partnership has caught your eye, a new job, a new lover. That's what's caught your eye. And you're feeling like maybe it's time for me to move towards the new. Now that the new has presented itself to me, the new looks enticing. The new looks like this is the right time to move towards it. The new is loving. The new offers your life stability. So take this how it resonates to you. You have a person, place, or thing here that you have decided to disengage from. You're still interacting with it in some way, but something new has presented itself to you. And you like it. You really like whatever this is. But there's still a little part of you that's hoping that this past entity will make things right before you officially walk away from it. All right, now let's get you an oracle card. I didn't want to leave you hanging there, Taurus, about what this was. So you claim that Emperor how you want or who you want it to be. But in December, you do have something new here. And that seems to be fueling your drive to emotionally disconnect from whomever this is more and more. Because now you have something real and tangible right in front of you. It's no longer a dream. It's like the star has materialized. And that's what I was saying to me. It didn't feel like a light at the end of the tunnel. It felt like it was tangible. It was within grasp. You have a bountiful nature. Spending time in nature will help shift you to a higher vibration. So that's if you're able to do that, depending on where you live in the world. For those of you looking for clarity, it might help for you to get out in nature. If you're not able to do that, maybe you're like me, you live in the Northern Hemisphere. We're now heading into winter. Then maybe what you need is some quiet time in respect to like meditation. You then have courage. And I think that's what you're doing here. I think it takes a lot of courage. And we had the strength card here at 3 cards in on this. I think it's taking you a lot of courage to continue interacting with the entity that you know that you're moving away from. And it also takes courage to move towards the new. And then you have exercise to increase your energy and manifestation abilities. So that might be something some of you want to do is exercise. I know that I do like 15 minutes in the morning, and then I move into meditation, and I do feel like it helps me with my meditation practices. And then I move towards doing a manifestation ritual every day. So that might be something you want to incorporate, a little bit of exercise, meditate, and then manifest what it is that you want here. And some oracle cards here for Taurus. Oracle cards here for Taurus. I like that you have Archangel Michael here with you this month, Taurus. You are trusting heaven. This card reads that you are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. Your next card here is higher learning. You have learned from this experience, from this soul contract. More inner study is required to further your progress. Well, we're always on a healing journey. I think you learned a lot from whatever situation, environment, or connection this was. I think it was in your life for quite some time, a considerable amount of time, and that's why you're having a difficult time fully disengaging from it. And then you have intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you are being guided because happiness is your purpose. A lot of you are feeling the call within to move in another direction. I do feel that this is divine intervention, this new situation, environment, or connection that's now on the scene for you. I feel like, not that it's meant to entice you away from this, but I think that it's there to show you that you're not alone, that you have something or someone else to move towards. Like, it's safe to leave this job, Taurus. And I'm saying we, like Source, we're presenting you with another job offer. It's okay to leave this place that you've lived at for a long time. Look, we're presenting to you the opportunity here to move to another location. It's okay to leave this person, to walk away from this lover. Look, here's someone else that you can connect with or move towards. So I do feel like this is divine intervention in respect to the universe is bringing you something new, to show you that it's okay and you're safe to leave behind whomever or whatever this is. Let's close it out now with some kippers. And then, of course, we'll get you your I Ching for the month. Thank you again, Taurus, for being a time traveler member. As I was saying in the opening, I think I'll make this members only for like the first 48 hours. And after that, I'll leave it, I'll make it available to the public. But that'll only be for December. January on, you guys, gals, will be the only ones who see the monthly predictive readings. Thank you. 2 cards here for that middle row for Taurus. I can feel your sadness with this, Taurus. So I don't think that this is easy for you. Yeah, courtship. There we go again with that partnership. One more card here. Okay. So in the top row on the kippers, you have occupation in the reverse and you have community. This is what I was saying. You're very cognizant of the fact that you're no longer emotionally invested in this entity. So you're no longer like working with them, but you're still giving to them. There's still some kind of communication that goes on between you and this individual. There's still some interaction, but you're no longer fully invested in whomever this is. You then have courtship and you have main male came out on the side. Yes, this partnership, whether, like I said, it's professional, platonic, or romantic, it seems to be exiting, but it's not happening in the month of December. There just seems to be slow emotional disengagement from this entity. And then you have concern and you have marriage. Marriage for me in this deck, I mean, could it mean actual marriage? It could for some of you where this is a marital partner. I feel like this is more in respect to like this soul contract. I think there's still a part of you that's hoping that this individual will come in at the last minute and make things right. Even though, like I said, you have this new opportunity here waiting for you. You have bad health, you have message, and you have thoughts. Yeah, I think you're waiting for this entity to come in and take this bad connection or bad situation, whatever this is, and make it right. It's almost like you're holding on to hope until like the final minutes here. Yes, and then we have expecting. Part of you is expecting that this entity will come in, like I said, and make it right. And looking at January, I don't believe that's the case because you seem to be more focused now on moving towards that new opportunity, that new connection. Can we get an I Ching here for December for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements? Can we get an I Ching message for Taurus, please? Okay. You have corruption. So whatever this connection is for you, again, professional, platonic, or romantic, there's something corrupt within it. And that corruption is increasing. And I think that's why you feel like there's a need here to disembark or to leave it. I also think that you are determined here to create success in another connection. It says fruitful to have a direction to go, fruitful to cross the great river. There is a river here now that's being created. I think you're the one creating it, to be honest with you. I think you are moving further and further away from this entity. The corruption card says corruption, something dark under the surface of life, manifesting as patterns of negative experiences. This comes from our past, our parents, or our culture. It's time to examine those old patterns to understand where they come from before you can tend to the growing seed of change in your life. What is behind this trouble and what is the hidden cause? I think you've given a lot of thought with that hangman to the King of Swords there about whatever this was for you. I think it was corrupt because look, it's coming up as the devil, as toxicity here, and devil to the 7 swords is highly manipulative. So it's still in your energy in January, and you're starting to sabotage your thoughts, thinking, well, maybe it has changed or maybe it can improve. That seems to be the feeling here. And then you have increasing. The old Chinese character for increasing shows a pot filled, overflowing. It means blessings and superabundance. Respond with purpose and movement. Let yourself imagine where you want to be and take the first step that commit you to getting there. This is how you keep the momentum going. I think you're moving away here from a soul contract that was karmic in nature. When we see the 2 of Cups to the devil, that's typically a karmic connection. It could have been in your life for a long time, maybe for some of you up to 18 years. I don't know. But it seems here that you are recognizing the toxicity. You're noticing that it's not decreasing, it's increasing. And I think that's why you're looking for another situation to move towards. And it looks like one is being put on your path. For some of you, this is already in your life. For others of you, you're meeting this individual in December. Either way, it becomes an out for you, almost like an exit ramp on this highway of hell that it appears here that you've been on with whomever this is. So that's what I have for you, Taurus, for the month of December 2025. No big moves from the Taurus collective, but you're kind of hanging on to hope. It's like the countdown clock, right, for like New Year's Eve. And we know that when it gets to 0, it's a whole new It's a whole new year. I feel like you're looking at that countdown clock in the month of December, and you're waiting for this entity to make it right before the clock gets to zero. That's kind of what it feels like. I don't think that they're changing, but I do think that in January you're moving towards this new soulmate here that's being put on your path. That's what I have for you, Taurus. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. And until I read for you again, I am wishing you light, love, and peace.